Alright, here we go. We're continuing off with the Painter's Servant combo deck experiment where we're looking for the best mono-colored Painter deck. So today we're going to look at Mono Red Painter, which is maybe one of the more quintessential Painter builds because there's a lot of good cards in red that work with what we're trying to do here. The big ones are going to be our two goblins here, Goblin Engineer and Scrap Welder is not necessarily the card that's played here. Goblin Welder is typically the card that you would see. Can't really bring it up here, unfortunately, but check it out on Scryfall. It's definitely, you can tell it's a better card to be playing. But Goblin Engineer came out of one of the Modern Horizons. It ended up being viable to the point where you see it played in Legacy, the Legacy version of this deck, so you know it's good. Being able to search for either our Painter Servant or Grindstone combo is just absolutely amazing. On a creature that can also manipulate the graveyard and get them back, pretty darn good. In the quote-unquote legit version of this deck, you also play the Urza Saga, which is just another way to find the Grindstone half of the combo. So, sometimes the lines will be Goblin Engineer, find Painter Servant, find Grindstone off of your Urza Saga, play them, then activate them. All this stuff kind of melds together into a pretty good game plan, and there's a lot of pretty cheap when it comes to mana lines that let you do your thing. So, in terms of the mana advantage, Faithless Looting, kind of viable here. Or sorry, not Faithless Looting. Our Fable of the Mirror Breaker is going to be the way that we cheat on mana in addition to Ancient Tomb. Then in terms of cards, Fable of the Mirror Breaker will work with Faithless Looting. And then there's also Melded Moxite, which allows us to put some stuff into the graveyard for our goblins, or Goblin Engineer and Scrap Welder, and it can also make a body down the line. Agatha's Soul Cauldron comes back to us from the blue deck that I played earlier, where the ability to, get stuff out of the graveyard is pretty huge. We're playing 8 cards that have activated abilities on them, 12 if you consider the Reflection of Kiki Jiki. And yeah, pretty good to have this when we need it. Bolt to deal with some creatures. Going back to card advantage, Phyrexian Dragon Engine lets us draw 3 cards and discard our hand. Sometimes it helps us get stuff into the graveyard. Sometimes it's just here for card draw. We're not really going to be melding it today, but 2/2 with Double Strike, not the end of the world. Pretty okay. If we're playing the red-white version of this deck, then you could go into all the artifact synergies, the ethereal armor type stuff, and make this thing super big and nasty to deal with. And then, of course, being this sort of deck, Karn helps us find our final copy of Grindstone Painter Servant, in addition to the Torment Script, Pithing Needle, Liquid Metal Coating, and the One Ring that are going to help us survive the other things that we need to deal with. If you watched my Mono Black Belcher deck, Deck Tech, then you got to see the the Torment Script come in pretty clutch when we played a deck that had a Shuffle Titan inside it. So, kind of a need to include in these sort of decks for sure. Alright, with that being said, I think that's more or less the deck. Let's just go in and play some games. I'm really excited to be playing this deck. Mono Red feels like the right version for Painter, but let's see if that holds through for Timeless. This episode of Full Control MTG is brought to you by Patreon and your viewership. If you want to support the channel financially, the Full Control MTG Patreon is the best place to do so. With a Shockland tier, you get access to videos as soon as they are recorded and edited. Don't wait to get your hands on another Full Control MTG deck list. Otherwise, it's your support for the channel that keeps me going. Thanks for being here and enjoy the video. Alright, here we go. So we opened up on a Painter Servant and a Goblin Engineer. I mean, I'm happy to see it. Then if none of that works, we have Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Draw 2 cards. Discard, and maybe discard the second Goblin Engineer. Do I need to? Don't think I need to. Alright, so we can unearth this for 5. It's a Ponder. Okay. So I will have an artifact here. Play Citadel, play Engineer. See if that can resolve. Spell Pierce is bad. Alright, so we'll find a Grindstone. Alright. So now, if we draw a land, we can Painter Servant, then Weld Grindstone into play, then the following turn activate Grindstone. which is solid. They're going to show and tell, which means I'm going to get my Painter's Servant out. Atraxa gets Chrome Mox, which means probably another Atraxa or card draw in hand. I mean, I think I just have to go Painter's Servant here, right? Well, so Painter's Servant, then I go Goblin Engineer for 1. If I draw a land, then I only have 2 mana left. If I put the Fable down, then I can kind of draw for it. Okay, I'll do this. Get my little guy. They put out an Omniscience. What's the final card in hand? Waterlogged Teachings. Well, that's probably going to find exactly what they need. Cyber Siphoner, that's cool. So they'll return Waterlog? Okay. So they'll get an army of Cyber Siphoners out. This is a different package for this. Sublime Epiphany, okay. So they return that to hand, and then they can continue to loop this stuff. The real Cyber Cipher gets back Sublime Epiphany, and I think this is infinite. Pretty cool. Then they get Hullbreaker Horror. Okay. And now they can send all the stuff back to hand for me. Huh, that's pretty cool. Yep. So return Cyber to hand. Create a token copy of Hullbreaker. Yeah, this is a cool kill to Omniscience. Not sure that I prefer this over the typical like Atraxa dig through your deck and kill the opponent, but interesting. Alright, so I think we're gonna die in round 1, but at least to a very interesting build of Omni Show. And so they actually plan to pass the turn. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, nothing much to do here. We'll just go ahead and pass. Opponent will take us out here, and actually not even this turn. Maybe I should have played something. Awkward. Well, they would have just bounced my board anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And of course there's Sublime Epiphany to counter my spell, so yeah, there's no reason to do anything here. I want to see if they have anything cool up their sleeve, though. I think they just continue to do Sublime Epiphany things. They can make another copy of Hullbreaker. At this point, I really just want to see what they're going to do. Okay. Sure. Back the Hullbreaker. They cast the Hullbreaker. And that looks like 21 damage. We are dead. Pretty interesting. I'm trying to think like what of these are really relevant in the early to mid game. I'm not seeing that a whole lot is like super viable. I mean, okay. Possibly like mono blue Omni Show could be a thing that you do. Then you get to play a bunch of Force of Negations and stuff like that. It's definitely something worth looking into. I might build a version of this deck and give it a try. But let's get back to trying to run it down with our red painter deck. Alright, round 2 against Navigante, the slightly misspelled version of the Portuguese transit card, for those that are into that sort of stuff. We've got a hand with Faithless Looting, Removal, Agatha's Soul Cauldron, and a Karn. Let's see if an Ancient Tomb rushing out a Karn is good enough for Timeless. Probably not playing the Agatha's Soul Cauldron to start, though. Let's do Ancient Tomb, pass. I think turn 2 Karn is good enough that it's worth taking 4 damage for. Might get Thoughtseize. Alright, see if they take our Karn. I think that might be the move. Though, even if they let me have Karn, yeah, okay. I mean, it figures they wouldn't let me have it, but... I'll probably just start with the Faithless Looting, draw 2, discard 2. We'll get rid of maybe the Ancient Tomb. I don't want to die to it. Agatha is kind of a good card. We'll discard the Faithless Looting then, or maybe the Bolt. I'm worried about... Actually, I'm worried about Grief. I'll get rid of the Faithless Looting. We'll just cast this from grave. Let's get this out. Like, if they make me discard a Scrap Welder, then I'm happy to do it. Troll Reanimate, maybe. Good thing I cast Magnet's Soul Cauldron. Alright. Well, guess they did not realize that this targets any graveyard. We have a Painter Servant. 1, 2, 3, 4 total mana. I think I'd rather play the Painter Servant. Choose red. Then say go, holding up our graveyard interaction. Scrap Welder can now find what we're looking for. And then, should we have enough mana, we can swirl away the Alchemist's Soul Cauldron into that grind stone. If we're able to get into the graveyard. Ooh, the Doughty Voidwalker. Yeah, hate to see it. That's not ideal. Luckily, we have Bolt to deal with it, so that's something. Stalactite Stalker, whatever. That killing is not... No, that killing my Painter Servant sucks. If it can just ever get buffed by 1. Okay. Alright, Goblin Engineer. That's ideal. So, that's Goblin Engineer after killing the Doughty. Take some damage here. We will take action. I'll find a grindstone. Alright. So this is representing activation next turn. End step, descend, put a counter on it. I don't think we need to attack. Alright. We're insulated against reanimation effects. Alright, you got it. Barrogoyf, yikes. Well, that's fine unless they can remove what I'm doing here. Oh, are they gonna painter me? Shoot. Alright, fine. So I need to Goblin Engineer twice. And then... Oh, I see Menace. Gonna get rid of... Artifact, Creature, Sorcery, Planeswalker. Well, the Planeswalker is a good one to get rid of. Strength to Goyf. Take a damage, that gets bigger. Okay, getting this is huge. Then we go Scrap Welder. So I can now weld something in super quickly. There's nothing with an activated ability that I care about, I guess, other than the Voidwalker. Okay, so what does my plan look like here? Goblin Engineer. So I just need to do 2 activations, right? Okay. Yeah, 2 activations and I'm good. So I'd be sacking Soul Cauldron and Darksteel Citadel. Okay. Let's see if it'll work. You got it. Another land. 5 mana, 1 card in hand. We take 7 here, and I'm happy to do it. Okay, so one thing that we don't have here is any recourse if they have a Shuffle Titan. I feel like they are not going to have it, but let's see. We don't care about hand hate anymore. Ooh, did they just decide to not mill? Alright, so we have to activate here. This guy can go from 2 to 1. So I will do. I will get the 2 now. Auto pay. Go to 8. Sacrifice an artifact. All right, bring that back. Everything becomes red. Lose our Goblin Engineer. We will at least take something out of the graveyard here. Not that it super matters. Alright, move to turn. Activate this. Choose 4x equals 2. Target Grindstone. Get rid of Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Activate Grindstone targeting opponent. That should do it. Alright, they're fully milled out. We can just go ahead and pass the turn. They get milled out for the win. Let's go. Alright. Proper painter win. Let's go. Alright, let's go. Next round. Not a great start. I think this one's almost worth a mulligan. Double painter with a scrap welder. I like it. Get rid of backup painter. I don't think we need that much. Got a bolt. We're ready to go. Dark Citadel. Oh, and it's a grindstone. Okay. So, it's a problem that they have a grindstone. So, I really don't care about playing my painter anymore. So what we need to do is find a Karn, kill their Karn, or kill their painter or something, and just try to survive. Alright. We're on blue-red painter, okay. Tormod's Crypt. Yeah, so they're ready in the main deck for Shuffle Titans, sure. I think I'll get my turn back. Oh, how worried am I about just dying. I'm gonna cast the Fable, see if it just results in my death next turn. Yeah, I mean, blue-red painter, I guess, kind of makes sense. Blue is good with counter magic, red is good with all this graveyard stuff. Oh god, I'm just worried that they are going to kill me soon. That was a major shields down play. I think we definitely just dodged it somehow. Alright, toss back turn, discard 2 cards. I mean, they're going to also have to play the painter. So, like, do I care about having my own painter? Maybe not. I already got 1 land. Yeah, I think that's fine. Alright. 4 mana. Can go like that. Scrap Welder, is that worth a counterspell? No. Take a look at my top, sure. Trying to figure out if it's safe to go. Alright, so, I mean, my idea is just turn off their Grindstone with a Karn, because I can't really remove it otherwise. And then just assemble my own combo. They already know there's a painter in my graveyard. And in detachments, I see an Emery in theirs. Yeah, so they're just on blue-red. Discard a Mox Opal, sure. I mean, I hit for 5 a turn now, which is good. Okay. Yeah, they could be going towards a protected combo here, so that is going to be Painter. Alright, we're going to wait for Painter activation to be on the stack. Or sorry, Grindstone activation to be on the stack, and then we'll kill their Painter. Alright, attempt to kill Painter. Do they have Force blue card? Force negation doesn't work on their turn. Alright, so we survive. Cool. We mill our own Grindstone, that's a shame. If we can just find a grindstone, like, then it becomes a situation where we're just looking at each other waiting to have a grindstone. Alright. I mean, I wonder if they're teched out for the mirror match. Alright, so in my situation now, I have a big need. Why is my mountain still green? That's interesting. How funny. When a painter is removed, it's a little buggy. Let's get rid of the green mountain, or let's get rid of the artifact. Okay, we'll get rid of the green mountain. I kind of wanted to keep it, but I guess I should probably play to actually win this game. I think I do need to just go Goblin Engineer here. I'll be looking for my own grindstone. Alright, put a furnace in. Then I think it's worth attacking right now. I'm not doing a grindstone activation this turn. Alright. We'll just work on our mana. Work on killing him. Alright, so we can actually put near lethal on board here with Melded Moxite, creating the 2/2 treasure, or 2/2 creature. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is lethal. So we have to dodge a grindstone activation here. Ooh, I get to go to my turn. Okay. Let's activate. Alright. And now what happens? Nothing? Okay. Go to turn. Play land for turn. Let's do Geeky activation. Coffee Scrap Welder. An attempt to mill me, sure. Alright. I think that's it. We got it. Alright. Took out the mirror match. Pretty happy to see how that went. Definitely played around what we needed to play around. Good game. Come check out the FullControlMTG website. We've got detailed deck list write-ups, links to all of our content organized by archetype, and a blog with sideboard guides, tips, and thoughts about different formats. I'll be seeing you there. Alright, here we go. We got a grindstone in the opener. We have a Goblin Engineer that'll help us get there. I'm in. The question is, do we let them know what we're up to round, or like turn 1? I think the answer is yes. They mulled once, twice. And I think I'm probably about to be punished for taking a hand with no interaction, it seems. Or maybe I'll be rewarded for just taking a hand in general. Let's go! Come on! Alright, well, that's just goofy. Let's record another game here. Yeah, I guess you gotta take those wins when you're playing in a format that has fast combo decks. Sometimes, like, you know, if they're hedging their bets to be able to kill you turn 1, any way that they can't do it is considered a win in my book. Alright, we'll run it back again. Let's go. Now the question is, do I take another hand with no interaction? And you know what's the worst that could happen? Let's hope for a repeat of the last game. Meticulous Archive is a good start to see. Let's go bang bang. Then we could just gamble turn 2. Oh, Beanstalk control, cool. Wonder if I need to worry about that. Go to Darksteel Citadel here. We can go gamble Faithless Looting. Grab a painter. We will discard that. Cool. Faithless Looting number 2. And I'd like this a little bit more if we were not in a matchup where we didn't care about their creatures. Alright, we'll just try to operate at odds with them. I can now Painter Servant with either one of these held up. Oh, but I can't hold both. I guess I'll just do this. Painter Servant, hold up Lightning Bolt. They have 3 colors for leyline binding, which I am pretty worried about. That, unfortunately, I cannot do much against. So they care about white, they care about blue. They'll have things that can pitch to that. I'm thinking that maybe even red's a bad choice. White, blue, red. So that leaves me with black. Yeah, Quantum Riddler, fair. Might just do black for my grindstone color, or for my painter color. And then just see what happens. They have 1 mana here. We just, pretty much, no matter what we do, have to not give them blue. Alright, we'll choose black. Hold up bolt for something, then we have a kill represented for next turn. Let's see if they can do anything about it. Yeah, because Solitude pitches to white, Counterspells pitch to blue, Fury pitches red, although I'm not really seeing red colors. I mean, I guess they are just Bant. Yeah, I mean, like, black, red seem to be our 2 choices, I guess. I'm happy with black. Alright. Sure. Oh, you know what? Does that helps them with leyline binding, doesn't it? That's kind of funny. Well, it is what it is. As long as they don't have it, though, I'm feeling okay. We're tapping a bunch of mana specific colors. I believe that's going to be the Meticulous, no, the X spell. Yeah, if they're trying to get their colors right, definitely it's going to be, yeah, is it X white? Oh no, it's another Beanstalk. What the heck? Fine. So we're pitch casting something now. Okay, and I think I'm just activating Grindstone on my turn here. Well, no, not necessarily, actually. So, like, I just wonder if they have anything here. I'm gonna cast the Karn, actually. An attempt to play around a Shuffle Titan. Looks like that's going to be a pitch cast Force Stone negation. Alright, well, we attempted to play to our outs. I think I'll probably just need to activate this next turn then. And I mean, hope that they don't have it. Gaia's Blessing is a problem. Alright. Let's see if we've lost our edge. So they do show red. What are we doing here? So they're not tapping for unique colors, they're taking a Yorion, leaving up Bant. Notably not double blue. I mean, play Darksteel Citadel, and attempt to activate Grindstone. Kill the Painter. Sure, so would I rather have that exiled or in my graveyard? I'd rather have it in my graveyard. Alright, so swords is an issue, we'll have to deal with that. Looks like they could have done something about it too. Interesting. Omnath goes away, sure. Alright, so now we have to work off of a Faithless Looting and a Bolt to kill the creature that comes down. Yorion can draw effectively 4, which is just nuts. Oh, they don't do it. Wow. Here's Faithless Looting. And we just gotta try to commit to the board now through all this counter magic. Alright, discard 1, 2. I think we'll just go proactive here. Goblin Engineer, then Soul Cauldron. I wonder if Soul Cauldron would eat a counterspell. Yeah, I think these are the 2 I discard, and then the question is just what's my follow-up here? I almost wonder, I think Agatha's Soul Cauldron, they would counterspell. Like, they would just be worried about it, and I don't think that it, like, advances our game plan anymore. Try it. This slows down my ability to win, but I'm just trying to bait out their counter magic. Solitude on Flash could make sense. Ooh, they give me that, okay. Is it because they have Force of Negation up? It's Leyline Binding, okay. Yeah, I mean, if they take my Agatha Soul Cauldron, I'm happy to see it. Come on, baby. Oh, alright, huge. So we don't care about that. Omnath, I don't think they're reanimating anything. Yeah, I guess I don't know what 4-color control is really playing right now. I'll get rid of the Omnath. Alright, cool. At least that's exiled. They got so many cards in hand now. So, Goblin Engineer that sticks around wins me the game. They're drawing 2 cards for every spell they play. Pitch Casting goes card neutral, which is just kind of brutal. You get an Elemental here. And the worst thing about this is that they can just Leyline Binding their Yorion. Oh, sorry, they can Yorion their Leyline Binding. Alright. Well, maybe I should hit that. Wooded Foothills instead. Red and 6. Can I cast this? Their end step will grindstone them. Oh, we get to hit it. Alright, what are we hitting? We got 1 of each in hand. I can get card draw. I can get my Phyrexian Dragon Engine. That's actually kind of nice. So that can help me attack down their Ren. Alrighty. Yep, alright. So that dies, sure. We go to 21. There's an Endurance. Flashed out. And that's a bummer. Alright. Beanstalk number 3. At some point, they'll have to be worried about drawing their deck. I think they'll kill me long before then, though. All we can do is hope to just mill them for a little bit. If they leave anything on top, we'll mill them in response to a draw. Wow. No Surveil. Still got 5 mana. So I think we're so far beyond the point of being able to kill now. Now it's just survival. Okay. Mill you for 2. My turn. Double land. That sucks. Do I think I'll probably just try to keep cards in hand for now. Just like feign that I have something. Drawing exactly a Painter would be great. But I think they probably have counter magic in hand now. Did we see any yet? We only saw Force of Negation. Okay. Some counterplay between these 2 cards. Alright, so they're going for Fury now, main phase. Alright, I don't know what those cards are. I don't think they did either, so that's fine. Alright, I mean, now we just have to draw a Painter, so it's a 3 in 48 chance, and then I guess you could consider the cards as well. So I mean, like, I don't know, we got like a 1 in 9 chance to really like draw anything that we feel good about. It's a 2-turn clock, so that's what we gotta work with. Alright, well at least we're not getting strip mine looped. That'd probably be the only thing that would make this worse. Getting 15. Still 2-turn clock. That changes nothing. And do not stop before my turn, please. I need to mill you for 2. Alright. In the Field of the Dead. That doesn't really matter anymore, but still. Alright, my turn. Faithless Looting. There's still a chance. They have counter magic, that's unfortunate. Scrap Welder, I'll probably have to just play that right now. Yeah, that'll need to be a creature that stands in the way. Could stand in the way of 6 damage, I go to 12, then it's again a 2-turn clock, okay. Or I could Fable, try to dig next turn to find the kill. I'm gonna attempt Fable. See if they counter that. Yeah, because Scrap Welder sadly doesn't have anything. If it was the Goblin Engineer, I'd maybe have played that. Well, I'd be able to have played that and the other card. Alright, Leyline Binding. I assume that'll take my 2-2. It's actually unclear. I kind of want the Fable for the card draw. I know I'm at a 2-turn clock anyway. Alright, that's fair. Alright, I go to 12, I block once. Or I take 9, sure. Alright, I mean, I still, like, there's still a theoretical win if I draw it off the top, but I think this is the last chance that I have to do it. I think it might have just been smarter to play Faithless Looting straight up. Well, actually, no, it's good that we got rid of a Leyline Binding, because that's a Leyline Binding they can't use on my Painter after. Alright. Take 9, go to 6. Seems good to me. Might need the mana. Come on, big draw. I go to discard. The Udawara that back to hand. Fair. Alright, big draw. Maybe I should have just declared a blocker. Hard to say. Big draw, it's a Scrap Welder, that's not it. See if they have counter magic or removal for this guy. If they do, I'm dead. So go. Alright, and that'll do it. Opponent will take the game. Do love this deck. 4-color elementals is a fun build. I feel like it's very hard. I don't know where I was exiled it. I feel like it's very hard to kind of do these Omnath looks to creation things. Fun to see Risen Reef come back. That's always been a very fun card since it was printed. Yeah, all the pitch elementals. It's a fun time to be a elemental deck. Up the beanstalk. I think I saw the red-green elemental in here, Vibrance. Yeah, pretty darn cool. Okay, they're noodling a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and concede here. We'll go to our last round. Alright, one more chance to do the thing. We got a Painter Servant, we got a Goblin Engineer. This is a start that I like to see. Opponent mulligans twice already, looking like their combo. Might need to just play a Soul Cauldron on 2, try to make sure I can deal with their combo. Pass. See if it's a reanimator game. Ooh, they passed the swamp. Let's go. We actually have combo in hand now. So we'll play this as some interaction here. They got something for 1 black mana. Okay. And we can just demonstrate Painter Servant Grindstone next turn, and then following turn activate. If they interact, we have Goblin Engineer. I like what I'm seeing. It would be great to be able to close this one out on a combo execution. Alright, well, let's do it. Painter Servant. We'll choose red. I want to not help them pitch anything to grief. Alright. That's the combo on board. They have one red swamp. Do we have it? Alright, it's a short one, but we'll take the win. Alright, well, we've gotten to see the combo executed a couple of times now. Definitely, I do like having all the goblins to be able to weld things in and out of the graveyard. Obviously, in Timeless, it's a fast, spell-heavy format, so you don't really end up with these board stalls that benefit the fact that your combo enablers are creatures. But regardless, I'm happy to see that this deck got a little bit going for it. So that'll do it for the 4th out of 5 of the mono-colored painter decks. We got mono green coming up next, so if you want to see that, like and subscribe.